Hey guys, Ali from ALTA. How are you? Chris is holding the phone. Michael's gonna help me because I need help. But today the video's about, hey, we have an email about, hey, how do you take the rack off? And it's so awkward and stuff like that. It could be heavy. Yes, it is heavy. We don't recommend you doing this by yourself. But if you had to do it by yourself, we'll show you that. Well, first up, I would bring the mobile floor stand. This is about mating this into a floor stand. So bring the floor stand as close as you can to the rack and lock your wheels so the floor stand itself is not gonna roll on you. So it's got enough, it's okay, that one's locked. But yeah, as many locks you want, but you want this solid to be there. So to get the rack out with two people, the way you do it is and this has the kick out, so this roll bar is sticking out further. But what these racks, the way their center of gravity works and how they're weighed, the top is gonna wanna roll that way, and the bottom is gonna wanna go like back and forth on you. So what you're trying to do is control the back and forth and the pivot. And the way you do that is by grabbing the low bar at the end of the top bar, turning around, and then lifting slightly and pulling the rack out of this, and then letting the basket kind of do its thing, and then lining it up and putting it into the floor stand. That's how you put it into the floor stand with two people. So let's put it back in again. The way you take this out, it's always good to put your foot on the stand itself so it doesn't pull the stand, pull the rack out. Now push back on the top part, that brings the rack back up, and plug it into the rack, to the other vehicle. We have an Arsenal there, so that's what we're probably plugging it into. But it really is showing, it's like as far as that could be a receiver or a vehicle, it doesn't matter. So just plug it in. Now if you were gonna do it by yourself, again, this is awkward because it's short, the low bar is now sticking out, it's a little more. So to do it by yourself is, if the low bar wasn't, if the kick out wasn't here, I'll grab the tension bolt right here underneath. And that's what I would grab it here, and I would grab it here to do this thing. But since the kick out is here, I'm gonna grab the low bar underneath right here. I'm gonna grab the rack itself, and you shouldn't do this alone. It's not OSHA approved. I'm just showing you, if you were in the gym and you had to take this out, this is the way you do it. So I have my stand there again at the same time, right underneath me as close as possible, facing the vehicle. This is after you take the bikes off, and then this way you don't have to drag this in. So I get close to it. Remember, the top is gonna wanna pivot that way. So I lift it back up. I'm using my leg a little bit to stabilize. I bring it down, and I plug it in. So right now then it's plugged into the stand. You can put the bikes back on and basically roll it into your garage or wherever you store your rack. Hopefully this was helpful for you and showed you some new methods as far as how we do this with the rack into the mobile floor stand. This is Ali from ALTA with Krista and Michael. Have a great day, y'all.